Stone Cold, written by David Baldacci and read by Mclarty. Chapter 1. Harry Finn rose as usual at 6:30, made coffee, let the dog out into the fenced backyard for its morning constitutional, showered, shaved, woke the kids for school, and oversaw that complicated operation for the next half hour, as breakfasts were gulped, backpacks and shoes grabbed, and arguments started and settled. His wife joined him, looking sleepy, but nonetheless game for another day as a mother/chauffeur of 3, including a precocious, independent-minded teenage boy. Harry Finn was in his 30s, with still boyish features and a pair of clear blue eyes that missed nothing. He'd married young and loved his wife and 3 children, and even held sincere affection toward the family dog, a floppy-eared, golden labradoodle named George. Finn was an inch over 6 feet tall, with a long-limbed, wiry build, ideally suited for speed and endurance. He was dressed in his usual faded jeans and shirt-tail-out clothing, and with round eyeglasses on and his intelligent, introspective expression, he looked like an accountant who enjoyed listening to Aerosmith after a day of crunching numbers. Although he was amazingly athletic, living by his wits was actually how he put bread on the table and iPods in his kids' ears, and he was very good at his work. Indeed, there were very few people who could do what Harry Finn could, and live. He kissed his wife goodbye, hugged his kids, even the teenager, grabbed a duffel bag that he'd placed near the front door the night before, slid into his Toyota Prius, and drove to National Airport on the Potomac River, right outside of Washington, D.C. Its official name had been changed to Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport, but to the locals, it would be forever simply National. Finn parked in one of the lots near the main terminal building, whose chief architectural feature was a series of connected domes copied from Thomas Jefferson's beloved Monticello. Bag in hand, he trudged across a skywalk into the sleek interior of the airport. Inside a restroom stall, he opened his duffel, pulled on a heavy blue jacket with reflective stripes on the sleeves and a pair of blue work pants, slid a pair of orange noise mufflers around his neck, and clipped the official-looking ID badge onto his jacket. Employing a standard turnstile crash maneuver, he inserted himself into a herd of airport employees, trekking through a special security line. Ironically, this line lacked even the cursory level of scrutiny forced on ordinary passengers. Once on the other side of the barrier, he bought a cup of coffee and casually followed another airport worker through a secure door to the tarmac area. The man actually held the door open for him. "What shift you working?" Finn asked the man, who told him. "I'm just coming on," Finn said, "which would be okay if I hadn't stayed up for the damn football game." "Tell me about it," the man agreed. Finn skittered down the metal steps and walked over to a 737 that was being prepped for a short-haul flight to Detroit, with continuing service to Seattle. He passed several people along the way, including a fuel man, 2 baggage loaders, and a mechanic inspecting the wheels of the Michigan-bound plane. No one confronted him, because he looked and acted as though he had every right to be there. He made his way around the aircraft as he finished his coffee. He next walked over to an Airbus A320 that would be on its way to Florida in about an hour. A baggage train was parked next to it. In one practiced motion, Finn pulled the small package from his jacket and slipped it into a side pocket of one of the bags stacked on the train. Then he knelt next to the plane's rear wheels and pretended to check out its tire tread. Again, people around him took no notice because Harry Finn exuded an air of a man perfectly at home in his surroundings. A minute later, he was chatting up one of the ground crew, analyzing the prospects of the Washington Redskins and the deplorable state of employment for those toiling in the aviation industry. Everyone
Sample complete. Ready to continue?